Rwandan coffee continues to be amongst the most sought-after beans in the world. It elegantly, organically, and authentically embodies the true nature and resilience of Rwandan people. Introduced in the 1900s by German missionaries, it since grew to be a sure Rwandan export commodity thanks to its exciting aromas of chocolate, vanilla, and florals, and pleasant flavors of orange and berry fruits, with balanced citric and malic acidity that gives you a unique feeling, a Rwandan identity of warmth and hospitality.
The coffee sector has been growing at different paces, that's true, given different circumstances. But the goal is to keep improving the production and productivity of the coffee sector.
However, the 1990s crises, including the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, threatened the existence of coffee. But the government of Rwanda's approach, that included the creation of a national coffee strategy, supported by the international funding community and organizations, proved to be decisive in reversing the decline.
It is in the 21st century that the country's local production would gain international acclaim because Rwanda had joined the popular specialty coffee competition known as Cup of Excellence. Today, coffee is the country's fourth large exports, being the second in agriculture.
Every hard work put in by farmers and other actors across the value chain to make sure that the coffee in your cup has all the quality attributes is also rewarding. The Rwandan coffee sector is worth around $68.7 million in exports every year. 64% of it is exported being fully washed, thanks to 309 coffee washing stations in place and more than 70 exporters.
The more you're able to access more markets, the more you're able to position Rwanda as a specialty origin, then everybody ideally gets to benefit. And the first people that start to benefit is farmers who grow that coffee, because their coffee ends up finding markets that coffee goes to, the washing stations that produce that coffee, the exporters that manage the exporting of that coffee. Pretty much whenever the world gets to know the origin, which is Rwanda, and the brand gets to be known, the more that benefit trickles down across the supply chain, across the value chain. Now, specifically with the customer, there's been a turn of events where people are starting to enjoy, people are starting to understand that coffee is not a commodity that's only good for exports, but also that can be consumed locally.
They say the future looks bright to those who believe. Rwanda is doing much more than hoping in order to keep the coffee growth's arrow exponential.
These developments were made possible by our leadership, which recognized the potential in the coffee industry. They began lowering trade barriers and lifting restrictions on coffee farmers. Rwanda coffee has grown to become one of the leading specialty cups of coffee lovers around the world. This is a result of constant improvements in production and processing standards, as well as the government dedication to increase export revenues and smallholder farmers' income.